Okey, terima kasih Aishwat, dan saya ketika ini saya rasa di talian sudah bersedia Jessie Yee Wai Ching, seorang pelajar yang seharusnya yang sepatutnya pergi ke China untuk melanjutkan pelajaran di Tsinghua University di Beijing, dan beliau terlepas penerbangan MH370 yang dijadual yang berlepas pada awal pagi ini. Hello Jessie.
Hello.
Hi Jessie. Jessie,
Hi.
maybe you can share with us your story. You know how you didn't make the flight, and I guess we want to know how you feel right now.
It's a mixed feeling. A lot of people have been asking me the whole day. It's actually a very mixed feeling. Friends have been telling me that I'm very blessed and one of the lucky ones. Although I do feel blessed, but it's an awful feeling to know that so many people were on board that flight, and I could have been one of them on board that flight as well.
And Jessie, do you know anyone on board MH370?
I do not know anyone, but I do know there are my friends, the expatriates who are living in Beijing. They were on board the flight.
Okay, so you were supposed to go alone early this morning, right?
I was supposed to fly together with a friend of mine back to Beijing.
Okay, and you're planning to go back to Beijing to do to continue your executive MBA at the Tsinghua University.
Yeah, I was planning. My module starts on the 13th, so so I thought I would go a little earlier to have a few days in Beijing before my module starts on the 13th.
And you're supposed. You mentioned just now you're supposed to go with a friend. If you don't mind sharing with us his or her name.
His name is Wang. His name is Wang. He's actually a Chinese national. He's actually a family friend who was visiting here, and we were both supposed to take this flight. And because it's a red-eye flight, I actually mistook the day, and I thought it was Saturday night that I was supposed to go to the airport. So when I realized the flight was actually yesterday, like this morning, and I was supposed to be at the airport by yesterday night, and I was frantically packing my bag, and that was 4 hours prior to departure. So it was 4 hours prior, and then I was like still trying to make the flight, and I was packing and and doing all the last minute stuff, like preparing myself to go to the airport.
Yes, continue, Jessie.
And at the same time, my sister, who actually lives in Singapore, they're back together with my mom, and I haven't seen them for quite some time. So and she was preparing to send me to the airport, and while I haven't done anything, to be honest, because I thought I had one more day to do all the packing and whatever not. So I was on the line with Malaysian Airlines telemarketing, and the line kept breaking. So it took me an hour, and I wasn't sure if my flight could be changed anyway at no cost or at a small penalty. Some flights can't be changed at all. So. Yeah, so it took me an hour before I could finally change my flight. So by the time I actually finalized the changes, it was already 9, and I was still preparing to go to the airport.
And Jessie, what time did you first receive a call from friends or family trying to figure out whether you were on board that flight or not?
Actually, when I woke up this morning, when I switched on my phone, the first thing that I saw from Asian Wall Street Journal was this headline. And I thought I was reading it wrongly, so I opened the phone and I took a look at the headline, and I couldn't find the article, so I started Googling, and when I Googled, I saw the article, and I just screamed, and I called out to my sister and said that, the flight that I was supposed to be on is actually missing, and not many people knew that I was supposed to be on this flight. For those who knew, they started calling me sometime probably about 11 to 12. Yeah.
Okay, Jessie, I think we're also trying to understand what family members and friends are going through right now, and I think we're trying our best to provide them with the information. And I think when you don't know what's happening and your friends family are calling you, and maybe you can share with us the concerns of your family and your friends. Were they for lots of better words, I think, were they hysterical to?
I think one of my most hysterical one was a friend who knew I was on this flight, and she was in Phnom Penh at this moment, and she called me, and she was panicky, and some friends called my phone, and the minute it rang, they felt at ease, and some friends were like, they heard about the news and say, oh, I think she's on this flight. So a lot of people were calling my phone, but the minute the phone rang, they all felt at ease. But a lot of people do feel that everybody is saying that I'm blessed, but again, like I said, it's actually a very mixed feeling at the moment. Although I think I was blessed and I'm the lucky one, but it still doesn't overcome the awful feeling that I have that, 200 over people were on board that flight.
Okay, Jessie, 2 last questions. First one would be on when would you go to Beijing to continue your study?
I am departing on the same flight on Monday morning, exactly the same flight.
And has this experience maybe changed the way you feel about flying?
No. I believe that I have been given a second chance, and I think it's all fated. If I can escape this one time, and and if it's destined to be, I can't escape it a second or third time.
Okay, thank you very much, Jess.
No problem.